Okay, welcome to the Lobo Den Podcast. I'm your host, Giovanni Diaz. I had Lia Berman, who's just putting her headphones back on. But we talked about Boston. We talked about Seinfeld. We talked about Jews. We talked about parenting and life and comedy and everything. It was fun. I loved it. Okay, Lobo Den. Mazel Tov. Lobo Den.
Lobo Den. Lobo Den. Lobo Den. It's a Lobo Den. Lobo Den. Lobo Den. Lobo Den. It's a Lobo Den. It's a Lobo Den. Lobo Den. Lobo Den.
Okay, welcome to the Lobo Den Podcast. I'm your host, Giovanni Diaz at Comic Lift Studios with Justin. And today my guest is Lia Berman.
I'm
What's
here.
up, Lia?
Hi.
Hi, Lia. Lia's a comedian in Chicago. She hosts the Logan Theater open mic.
Yes.
Every Monday since
Forever.
beginning of time. I don't know
since
when.
the beginning of time.
Since I started, you were hosting it. You hosted it pregnant, right? 9 months?
Oh yeah, I hosted it up until
You had the baby at the.
I had the baby. I had
on
the baby at the
stage?
theater. Actually, his name is Logan. Yeah, I have been hosting it forever since like 2011
I don't even know.
or 12.
2011,
11,
2012.
yeah.
When did you start? You came from Boston, right?
Yeah.
What is a mush?
What is a mush?
Yeah.
You want to talk about a mush?
Quick question. You're from Boston.
Did you learn that from James?
I learned that from you.
From me?
I was listening to you and
From
James.
listening to me and James. That is
Talking
a
about-
Newton specific.
Hey, no, that's Italian. All right.
Yeah, it comes, but these are Italian. Well, okay. A mush is a Newton, Mass specific word for like a townie kid. So like,
What is a townie?
a townie is somebody who lives in the town.
In Boston.
always, and
That's
doesn't,
how-
and
okay.
like in Newton, like, and so I'm from Newton, Mass. Which
So
is like-
anything around Boston?
so like the suburbs of but this is specific to Newton. Like there is actually an episode of Conan where he's interviewing Matt LeBlanc, and Matt LeBlanc went to my high school, and he's interviewing Matt LeBlanc, and he's like, dude, like, because Conan's from Brookline, which is the town next to Newton, and so he's
Brookline,
like,
the golf
Brookline.
course. Okay,
So
I'm in
like
golf, day
okay,
job.
so
So
that's where
Brookline.
the PGA thing was, right?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
so
Brookline.
Brookline and Newton are next to each other, right? And they're Newton and Brookline are rivals. We're like football, like Thanksgiving Day rivals, right? And so like there's this episode of Conan.
Bears,
You got to find
Packers.
this up. Like maybe
Okay.
you can tag this episode or something in the notes or something. But like there is this episode of Conan where he's like, dude, we grew up in towns next
Conan's
to each
from
other.
Boston.
Yeah, he's like, what the fuck is a mush? He's like, what?
Oh,
And they
Matt
talk
LeBlanc.
about it, and they talk about it. So a mush is
Is
like
it
a town.
derogatory or
It's
no?
a little derogatory, but it's a term of endearment now. Like I guess like it could be derogatory if you took it the wrong way. Like you're my buddy,
Way.
so like I'd be like, hey, mush, what's up?
Hey,
What's up, mush?
it's a
What's up,
way.
mush? Like
Oh.
mush, where's the party at tonight? Like,
So if our black or Puerto Ricans, like, oh, that's my mush right there.
there are no black or Puerto Ricans in Boston.
But it's the no hard R N word. There's not?
No.
So Patrice would always say that Boston was racist.
It's the most racist. I never knew how racist it was until I moved here.
Because him and Nick DiPaolo would always argue about, but they're both from Boston. Everybody's from Boston, right?
Everybody's from Boston.
Patrice O'Neal's from Boston. Nick DiPaolo's from Boston. Joe Rogan, I think, is from
John
Newton.
Krasinski's from Boston. Matt LeBlanc's
Wait,
from Boston.
Krasinski, Jim?
From Jim, from The Office. And so is Rainn Wilson, and so is...
Rainn from The
Yeah,
Office?
man. They're all from Boston. So is Steve Carell. He was from Boston. He lives back in Boston.
Steve Carell's from Boston? I didn't know he was
Yeah.
from Boston.
Everybody's from Boston. Everybody
Are you from
imports-
Boston, Justin?
No.
But I moved here in 2004.
Why'd you leave Boston?
I left. Well...
Patriots lost.
Yeah, no, but my brother, this is really funny. The day I left Boston and I was driving to Chicago in my Toyota RAV4
Being
green
a Boston,
stick shift.
the red soup they had, not the red.
Manhattan clam chowder, the white.
I like the
white.
I like the Maine. Is it New England? I like
The
that
New
one.
England, that's the white.
Yeah, I like the white one.
Yeah, the white. So
I ordered the wrong one time, and I was like, "This is the
it's
clam
disgusting.
chowder."
That's not clam chowder.
And I
so
didn't
that's
taste it.
disgusting. No, you don't even taste it. You just say, "Fuck, I fucked up."
Yeah.
I'm allowed to
That's what
swear, right?
happened. Yeah.
Okay. So I drove here. I was driving here. I heard on the radio, because I was like somewhere in like Pennsylvania, that Nomar Garciaparra had been traded from the Red Sox to the Cubs in 2004. As I was driving, I'm like, oh my God.
Is that before or after they won?
And then the Red Sox won the World
Series
Series when I was here, and my brother and I were like, oh my God. And then we kept on winning. We won. Celtics won. The Bruins won. The Red Sox won. Patriots kept on winning, and my brother was like, we can't move home. Like, we have to stay in Chicago. Like, they should pay us to stay here. Like, we have to stay here.
Because you guys had the
We were
curse of
never
the-
winning. We were never winning anything. Like, people are like, oh, you're a Patriots fan. I'm like, yeah, I'm a Patriots fan. But I'm a fucking Drew Bledsoe Patriots fan. Like, I remember when we never won. So, like, I understand that there was a reign that was, like, a little ridiculous. Like, sorry, we had Brady.
Wait,
but,
didn't
you know.
who threw the Hail Mary at Boston College? Is that Drew Bledsoe? And I'm mixing it up with somebody else.
I think you're thinking about
Doug
the guy
Flutie.
who. I think you're thinking about the guy who's married to Hassel. I think you're thinking about Hasselbeck.
No. Boston College. Look.
There you go, Justin. Look
sorry.
this up, Justin.
Boston College Hail Mary. I think
I
it's
don't
Doug
know. I
Flutie?
honestly don't know because I went to Boston University. Oh.
What'd you study?
Communications.
Is that helpful? I don't know. I studied econ.
I'm on the podcast.
Yeah.
You know.
Tom Brady. How do you feel about his divorce? I've been watching a lot of it, like, because you're married now.
I am.
You're married.
I got married.
You
I
got
did. I
married
did.
because
I got pregnant.
you were trying to get. Are you trying to get health insurance, and then your husband got
How do
fired?
you know about that? How do you know about that?
I just know. That's what happened,
That's
right?
what happened, basically. Like
a
we
military.
Got, yeah,
military
like we
people get
got.
married.
It was a little weird. Like it was weird because we were just barely dating and we got
I
pregnant.
remember when this happened.
Yeah, we
you
got
were still
pregnant.
hosting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, I guess we were like planning on getting
Doug Flutie.
married. It was Doug Flutie. You're right.
Yeah, whatever. But it was a cool throw. It was a Chris one like it was. Remember? No, nobody knows, right?
No.
It was all
And
the way
nobody can see that.
across the field. We'll go. Okay, tell me. And then I want to watch in a second, just to give me some validity. Like it was a good throw, right? Like, do you like football, right, Justin? I like the violence. Anyway,
cool.
but you all right? You
Okay,
find out you're
so-
pregnant.
Okay, I found out I was pregnant. So, I mean, both of us were just like, what are we gonna do?
Oh, you took like 5 pregnancy tests, right?
Oh, I
Or
took
6?
I took like many. Yeah, I called my mom and she was just like, I'll stay on the phone with you while you go buy some more.
You went to Walgreens, right?
I
Not
went to
CVS?
Walgreens.
All right,
Oh,
I hate
absolutely.
CVS.
Yeah, I was living in Lincoln Square, and then yeah, we freaked out. I was like, I need to get on your health insurance. Like we had this kid, and I was like, I need to get on your health insurance, and we were like, the company that he worked for wouldn't get on the health insurance unless we were married. So we went to Skokie Courthouse and got married.
Jewish. Oh, you're Jewish.
I am Jewish.
Yeah, okay,
I
very
am
Jewish town.
Yeah,
Jewish
yeah,
Skokie,
yeah.
Highland Park.
Yeah, but that's not even. I mean, not even why. Like we were living in the city in like a 1-bedroom apartment. Like it was. But I do live in Skokie now, so that's kind of weird.
Oh.
Like all roads lead to Skokie. Like,
I'm a Highland Park non-Jew.
You live there now?
No, but I grew up in Highwood, the town
Oh,
next
yeah,
to
yeah,
where
I
the
just did a
Mexicans
show there.
lived.
I just did a show there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and then I worked in Highland Park at a Jewish country club. I still work
When
there.
I moved here,
Weekends.
I dated a guy from Highland Park, and I spent a lot of time in Highland Park.
Larry
Like-
Bloom.
Can you imagine if I was like, yes, it was Larry Bloom? No, it wasn't. But I did date a guy from Highland Park, and so I spent a lot of time there. I feel like I know Highland Park really well.
Have you been to Ricky's house before? Ricky March's house?
No.
He lives in that little area in like Highland Park. It's called Chantilly or something. I went to this
Oh yeah, I
place
know where it is. Yeah.
But as a kid, I would drive up and down the highway.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's in here?
What's in
and
there?
Then it was just older,
Yeah.
probably all Jewish
Yeah.
people that
Oh,
just
yeah.
live retired.
Cranky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, some of
Maybe.
them. It's cool. I work at a country club, so I see there's the cool, hey, I'm kind of an Italian Jew. There's the other Jew, there's
Yeah.
there's so
Yeah.
many different type of Jews.
Oh, yeah, there's
but like
lots
the
of us.
stereotype is like, oh, this Jew, but it's like,
I'm the very stereotype this Jew.
yeah, Jewish mom.
But
You're
now,
a Jewish mom.
now I'm a Jewish mom. Yeah, but like I was
You
also
feel you're
like
overbearing or?
Oh yeah, but I mean, you should see him. I mean, it's horrible. It's terrible.
How old is it?
He's 6.5.
Okay.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I don't want to say his name. I don't know if you
Oh
say
no,
it.
I call him the sir.
The
That's what
sir.
The sir.
Has he told you he loved you yet? Because he
Oh,
didn't do it for a while, right?
He loves me. Like he would.
But he
he's
wouldn't say it for a while,
He's obsessed
right?
with me. No,
Okay.
he would say it. No, he
Okay.
says it all the time.
Oh,
he's
but
obsessed with
there was
me.
a period we didn't say it.
No.
Okay.
No. He would crawl back in if he could. He's obsessed with me.
Okay. So all right. You went. You took a pregnancy test. You took the.
We're going back to the day of the pregnancy
Yeah,
test?
yeah. You were on like test number 7. You're on the phone with your mom.
Yeah, and I was like, what am I going to do? And she was just like, I don't know. And that was that.
And the baby came out.
And 9 months later, we had that baby. We did it. But we weren't married when he was born.
How long were you guys dating?
Maybe 5 months.
5 months?
Maybe 6 months. Maybe 6. Maybe. God damn. It's just ridiculous.
How long have you guys
It's
been
just-
together?
Now almost 7 years.
Oh,
we
really?
just celebrated
How'd you guys meet?
online.
That's a regular app, not a swiping
It was
app.
called Coffee Meets Bagel, actually, and it's not a Jewish app.
It sounds so Jewish.
It sounds so Jewy though, and that's totally why I was like, I'm gonna do that app. What happened was
the theme to this website or the.
If I remember correctly, and I haven't thought about this in a while.
Is this the working one? I think I remember.
It was a good one. So like, you were the coffee, the girl was the coffee, and the guy was the bagel, right? And so you would get sent these bagels, right? I know, I swear, this is for real.
All right.
Because my girlfriend did it too. And she's married to her bagel too. So, and they sponsored at her wedding her cake.
Bagel meets
Coffee Meets Bagel. Like gave the cake. They were like, just put out that like the cake was sponsored by Coffee Meets Bagel, but like we're gonna buy your cake. It's fucking ridiculous.
Really?
So yeah. So I think they send you like these bagels, and you get to like choose and if you like the bagel, you guys can like talk.
So wait, hold on. When you say send you a bagel, it's just like a little.
You get like 3 bagels a day. And it would be like, these are the 3 bagels, 3 dudes you can choose from.
Okay, the websites, the dudes are the bagels. I thought the dudes were sending you bagels, which was like a gift.
Oh, like real bagels? That'd be
either
great.
real bagels or like
What if they were real
it's like
bagels?
a coin.
Oh, what if they were real
What's your favorite
bagels?
bagel?
Everything.
Everything bagel.
Everything bagel.
Cream cheese,
Toasted,
roasted, cut in
cream
half.
cheese. Yeah.
That's.
I mean, I just love an everything bagel. I love
That's
an
my
everything
go-to.
bagel with tuna. Like I like a tuna sandwich on an everything bagel.
So not a lox, just tuna. Oh, tuna. Tuna's
Like
not
tuna
lox.
fish. Like tuna fish salad. Like tuna salad. The tuna.
Yeah,
Like not the fish.
not the lox. Do you like
Yes,
the lox
fish.
bagel?
I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I will never choose.
Do they have them in Boston?
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I would never choose it. I would always choose just some cream cheese.
Okay.
Maybe like a roasted red pepper. Maybe like a cucumber. Maybe like some cucumber and like some sprouts and like a cream cheese.
You ever do a peanut butter and jelly on bagel?
I mean, when I was a kid.
Oh, I thought it was.
now.
Well, look, I didn't.
Now I don't eat bagels. Now I just think about bagels.
Well,
now I just think about them.
Bagels to me, like when I started working in Highland Park, I would go to Once Upon a Bagel in Highland Park.
Oh yeah, I know where that is.
Yeah, Once Upon a Bagel,
Sure.
and that was my introduction to the lox bagel.
Sure.
The everything, because growing up, I didn't know there was these other bagels. Even though my dad
You just knew plain and raisin.
plain, no, that's raisin.
Raisin.
I didn't know raisin until.
But I'm very
I was
particular
older.
about like bagels too. Like raisin
like
bagels
raisins.
okay, but like don't bring me a blueberry bagel. You can go F yourself. with
Blueberry
the
muffin? Okay.
Blueberry muffin's
Okay.
fine.
All right, all
I
right.
will take your blueberry muffin. Don't give me a blueberry. I do not want your blueberry. No self-respecting Jew wants a blueberry bagel. Fact.
I don't.
Fact.
I wouldn't eat a blueberry.
Only
bagel.
Goysha want the blueberry bagel.
What's a goysha?
Like a non-Jew.
What's a Gentile then?
A non-Jew.
Is
Goysha
there a difference
girl,
in a
girl, like
oh,
girl,
feminine?
feminine.
So in
Or no, not even feminine. Just like doesn't matter. It's just how you say it.
Mazel
It's
tov is cheers.
Mazel tov is cheers. Or congratulations.
Congratulations. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Yeah, yeah.
Congratulations. Like, oh, you got a new job. Mazel tov. Mazel, you got engaged. Mazel tov.
Seinfeld, fan of Seinfeld.
I know you're a huge fan.
How'd you know?
Because I follow you, my friend.
Okay, I love Seinfeld.
I love I could talk about this at length. I was kind of hoping that you were going to bring it up. Like, I was kind of hoping that you were going to bring up Seinfeld. I actually told my dad, I was like, he's a huge Seinfeld fan. So like,
that's all I
maybe-
watch.
That's all I watch.
Really? Yeah.
I mean, like, I watch some new stuff, but like, there are times when like
Why?
Michael and I are just like, Michael's my husband. I don't like to say my husband because I think it sounds bougie, but there are times
Okay.
when Michael and I will be like, you know, like, what do you want to watch? Like, he's like, I don't know. I'm like, we're watching, like, he's like, we got into like some documentary or something. He's like, you want to finish out the documentary? And I'm like, no. Why don't you just put on a Seinfeld so we could just sit here with our friends? Because they're our friends, obviously.
Who's your favorite?
I mean, Elaine is the one
Okay.
There are episodes of Seinfeld. There are specific episodes of Seinfeld that my brother has told me he cannot watch because it's too much like me. Like Elaine is too much like me in that episode, and he cannot handle it.
Do you push people,
Specifically,
or?
yes, and specifically when she's wearing the leather jacket and her hair is like big, like the big
The
girls.
original
like,
poof.
Not the
No.
original poof, like the leather jacket putty days. The putty,
I love
the putty relationships, the putty relationship Elaine with the big curls, the big curls. though.
Okay, vegetable
You know,
lasagna. You see, remember the
Vegetable lasagna. Vegetable lasagna. Yeah, like episodes like that. And I do push people, and I do things like, you know, I don't say get out, that's her catch line, but like I do things like stop it. Stop. Not true. You know, or like, you
And
know.
then the people who don't know, don't listen to Seinfeld. Vegetable lasagna, they're on a plane coming back from Europe. She's there with a putty, an often boyfriend, and there's a Dutch person next to him who's just like an
She's
innocent.
clearly named him vegetable lasagna because he ordered the vegetable lasagna.
Yeah, so he got-
but she's nicknamed him.
Yeah, vegetable lasagna.
Because she's a really mean person. Elaine
George
is
is scared of her.
Elaine is. I love George. My favorite episode ever is the Merv Griffin show.
Oh, that's so- I was
Specifically,
dying laughing the first time I laughed.
Yeah, oh God, yeah. But specifically for the part when George walks in and they're like, George, and they're clapping for him, and he's just looking around like. I will rewatch that moment like over. It's my favorite moment. It's just it's delicious. That whole show is delicious.
It's funny because it's an instant show, but
My grandparents loved that show.
That episode, they did drug somebody.
Oh, the things that they did, and they can't get away with the things. The first of all, none of the episodes work in today's world.
Well, they were looking at a 6-year-old's cleavage.
Well, and none of the episodes work. Like, I'll give you an example. The Chinese restaurant is all about not being able to meet up and get in touch with each other, and that would never happen
payphone.
now. Yeah, and that would never happen now. Like, everybody has phones. You know what I mean? So, like, these episodes are, like, so locked in, like, this time period that I'm so passionate. I'm so passionate about the 90s, and the episodes are so locked in the 90s that I feel so comfortable there.
I feel bad for people that didn't live through the 90s.
Me too. I feel terrible for people.
I feel like,
and I've been very nostalgic about it lately.
Well, I know like bad things happened, like there was
there are very bad
missiles and things like that, but it didn't feel like it.
It's really funny. Like my cousin, he recently just got married actually, and we were. This is the most Boston thing I could possibly say. This is the most Massachusetts statement I could possibly say. But we were vacationing down on Cape Cod, and with my cousin, and as one does, and he was just like, "What? He's like, very millennial, very like on the cusp of like Gen Z millennial, and he said like, "What was the big thing in like your high school? Like, what happened when you were in high school that was like the big thing?" And I mean, his mouth dropped when I was just like, OJ.
OJ.
It's OJ.
I think I was a little bit younger.
And it's all of, how old are you?
38.
Okay, so I'm 40. I am 40 freaking 3 years old.
Oh, okay.
Just turned. And so I'm class of 97. And so I can vividly remember the chase. I
saw the chase on TV.
Vividly remember the verdict. I can remember days on end of it never being off of TV. Like I just everything about that is like very like
Court TV. It was the first televised.
Yes, absolutely. And like
Marcia Clark.
And it's so silly, but like as horrible an incident as that was, it is the most innocent time to have been in high school. Like that's what I had like. Yeah, they pumped us full of fear about AIDS and sex and AIDS and sex and sex and AIDS and don't have sex. So that was like our fear pumping.
Dare?
Well, no, I was in Dare.
Were you in Dare?
Oh, of course. I mean, everybody had to be in Dare in 6th grade. You had to be.
I remember.
You had to do Dare graduation. You had to do the whole thing.
There was this propaganda, this anti-drug, which like I became really like.
Were you into it? Were you like, I'm never going to do drugs?
No, I believe, this is the thing. I've heard this like this happened to a lot of people, and I think I've heard this on Rogan, where what happened was I believed everything they told me about. Hey, a marijuana joint is 1,000 times worse than a cigarette, so I believed all that stuff. But then when I found out like weed wasn't so bad, it kind of made me think like, what else have they been lying about? And it made me kind of like then I experimented or whatever. I think like that 1,000 whatever that's been in the literature for like a long time. I was talking to Kristen Toomey at a show in Waukegan.
Yeah,
and then I think she was like. Sobering
she's
up
about
or
the
something.
same. She's about the same age as me.
Yeah, and she told me like, oh no, I said something. She was something about weed, and she's like, no, she told me the 1,000 cigarette line, and I remember that line.
I remember that it was equal to 1,000 cigarettes.
And it's not. It's not
no,
at all.
Of course
it's
not.
Cigarette smoke is different than marijuana. It doesn't give you cancer.
None of it's.
But that's when I was like, what? I was lied to. But like that kind of opened up my thing to like.
Yeah.
That's when I actually started trying different drugs and things like that. But I did.
At what age?
20s. I did not drink in high school.
I
did
didn't
you drink?
either. No.
I didn't drink till I was like 18. Like my dad would try to get me to drink. My dad was.
I mean, I probably drank a little bit, but like not enough that
Sip.
I ever got into trouble or anything like that. Like
I had my first was
I
like
hated it.
Kahlua.
I hated it now. I hate it now. You asked me if I wanted to drink, and I was like, no. I wish that I liked drinking. I wish, but I hate it. I just hate it.
Is it it started with me with the taste. I didn't like the taste when I was
I've never
younger.
liked the taste. I've never liked the feeling afterwards.
Oh, that sucks.
I've never liked it. I was just like, this sucks. Like I don't feel good. You know, I don't like, I just like I never liked it, but I always wished I liked it because everybody drinking always seemed to be having more fun.
But you go out with your friends and not drink. And
Now.
But the thing is, I didn't drink for a year, right? So in 2019, I went to Miami and I dropped like $4,000 on these strippers in one night.
Nice.
And then
Good
we
for
broke
you.
a toilet.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. That was my rock bottom. I changed my life around. I was like 35 years old. And then I was, very mazel tov of me. And then I came back and didn't drink for a year. So the first few times I went out with my friends and drinking, I was that guy who was like, no, I'm not drinking. And then everybody, they deflect, I forgot. And they're like, well, he's not drinking. No, have a drink. And they get it. But I learned, just don't tell them you're not drinking. Order your drink when they're not looking. And it looks like I order club soda. It looks like I'm
I would
drinking.
always get ginger ale.
Yeah. And the people don't know. And they're like, yay, party.
Yeah.
And then if they gave you a shot, I'm like, oh, yeah, hold on. Let me
every
just.
time I would drink, I'd get myself in trouble. Like every time I would drink, like I drank at my 10-year high school reunion, got taken home in an ambulance because.
Ambulance?
Yeah, because
What
I
happened?
had to like vomit and I was like vomiting into the
What were you
bathroom
drinking
stuff.
and how much?
Who knows? And like, you know, I don't even remember literally, and like got taken in an ambulance to like the hospital because like, every time I drink, something bad happens. Like I'm not a good drinker. Like I'm just not good at it. You know, I can smoke you under the table.
Oh, yeah. No, I can't.
But I can't drink.
I'm not a good smoker.
Yeah,
I have a little bit. I get, paranoid. But I do it sometimes because I feel it's important for my
for my comedy career.
For my character. Like, it's good. It's good to have
It
those
is good. It
to,
is.
like, come
Bless
out.
you.
Bless you. God bless you. Wait. All right. The Torah, right? So is
Oh, my God. Okay.
Hold on.
I don't know if I'm the right person to talk about it, though.
Okay. Quick Torah question.
I don't know
so
if I
do you
can
know
answer
Lilith?
it.
You know about Lilith?
Fair? Lilith Fair?
I know about Lilith Fair, right? That's she did the commercial with the dogs.
Yeah.
What was her name? I forgot.
Sarah McLachlan.
Can you pull up the dog commercial with Sarah McLachlan?
Idiot,
Is it dogs or what's
do
her charity?
It's the dogs.
Is
It's
it-
like
yeah.
in the arms
Sarah McLachlan?
of the angel.
Oh, he's from Manchester. Where's Manchester? Oh, that's Maryland. That's a whole different state. My apologies.
I don't know how to spell McLaughlin.
Patriots, 2005. It's M.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah. It's in the arms of the angel. I know what I'm talking about.
put that's the actual. Put charity or maybe dogs.
Oh, the Humane Society?
Was that what it was?
I think it was the
Society?
Humane.
Are they still
Society.
around? Don't they kill a bunch of dogs a year, or is that PETA? Or somebody like.
No, PETA does not kill any dogs.
It's the Humane Society, right?
I don't think that either one of them kills dogs.
I'm right about one of them.
I don't think so.
Is that the OG? Yeah, let me click on it. Ooh,
Is
2006.
that the OG? Can you hear it if you click on it?
Yeah.
I sang it. I was right. The angel. Far away.
Every single one in BC. British Columbia. She's Canadian?
I don't know, but there was like a time period when like this was all you could hear. This song,
Oh, look, he's Biscuit
80.
High. Or she.
All of them. Okay, turn this off. This is terrible.
But Google Humane Society killing dogs. They kill like 2,000 dogs a year or something. I think it's a Humane Society.
I don't know.
Okay. But Boston, right? Getting back to Boston. I just wanted to, we were going back. I wanted to name, it was Patrice is from Boston.
Patrice.
Rogan's from Boston. Oh, this is what I wanted to talk about. Where you like him. You like Dennis Leary.
I love
But-
Dennis Leary. I mean, like
Did you see the videos?
What
Where
videos?
Dennis Leary, the comparisons between him and the Bill Hicks stuff?
no.
Okay. All right. So.
Like what? Like coffee flavored coffee?
Like, type in Dennis Leary, Bill Hicks. You know what I'm talking about.
I
this
mean,
is my-
like he is like if like
I used
I
to
would
love him.
thank him in a speech. Like that's how much I love him.
Which. We'll just click on. We'll watch the beginning a little bit of
Rips
that.
off Bill Hicks.
Just yeah.
This is my favorite, the French rip.
Exhibit.
Fla-fla.
I just want to see. We'll see the first one back to back, or whichever one. It doesn't matter. Just the first part of the video. I just want to see. But from like, I heard about this before, and I was like that Led Zeppelin. You heard about the Led Zeppelin one, right? Where
Yes, and didn't they win their court case?
Would Led Zeppelin win?
Yeah, I think
The other people. I think
won.
they did.
I think they did.
I think they did.
Yeah.
All right. So this is okay. Dennis
Yeah.
smoking the cigarette.
This is asshole.
I'm an
Yeah.
asshole. Mel Gibson fan.
Yeah. I mean, I know that whole. I mean, I used to listen to that. I mean, we could make mixtapes, and I would make mixtapes by putting my recorder next to the VCR.
It just goes somewhere in the middle. We're getting some action. This giant intro.
Yeah, nobody needs this intro.
Yeah, just let's skip in the middle somewhere. This intro's, this guy's full of himself.
Oh, but that's Bill Hicks doing the same cigarette thing? Is that what they're saying?
No, it's a whole.
Well, this is exciting for podcasts.
This is horrible. All right, but basically, if you look it up, we can look at our own time. But it's like a back to back.
Well, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
I
can't look at him the
Dennis
same.
Leary. I mean, I stan him. Like I think he's fantastic. So I had no idea.
What's your favorite movie that Dennis Leary's in? There's one
movie
that he's in. There's one movie I really like him in.
What's the movie?
It's not that good of a movie.
Suicide Kings.
No. There's a black guy in it.
Anybody listening to this
And Sylvester Stallone.
who just heard me say Suicide Kings is going to be like, oh, she is a fan.
Oh, quick question. You're a woman, but you're from Boston. I feel like this is a dude. I feel white dudes like this movie, Boondock Saints.
I love Boondock
Okay,
Saints.
all right. You like it, right?
I do. The accents in that are perfect.
In
Yeah.
You know the Boondock? I didn't know about Boondocks.
That's
okay.
a great. The accents are really good. Because sometimes when you do a Boston movie, the accents aren't good and it's embarrassing. And being a Bostonian will be embarrassing. But the accents are good in that.
How do you feel about Good Will Hunting?
I love that movie.
Okay.
I love that movie. That was so 90s.
No, I just
So
heard
90s.
I just heard a bit. And it was Louis C.K. I just heard this bit he has on it where he's talking about what's his name?
Which one?
The guy
Matt?
who wrote it.
Ben and Matt.
The other one,
Matt Damon?
Matt Damon, and it's like, of course, he's a hardworking. What is he like? What is he? A janitor?
He's a janitor.
He's a hardworking janitor, and he's a genius.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ruining the bit, but he had some criticisms about the movie, like not Independence Day. The movie I'm thinking of: Wesley Snipes, Sylvester Stallone, and Dennis Leary, and Sandra Bullock. What the fuck is it? Judgment.
Demolition Man.
Demolition Man. I love Dennis Leary. Demolition Man.
That's a good Dennis Leary movie.
He's downstairs. He's the head of the rebels. He's smoking
I
cigarettes.
think he's in The Ref. You ever see The Ref?
No.
It's a good one. I mean, I'm telling you, this is like my wheelhouse. 90s movies, 90s music, 90s trivia, 90s anything.
Does George annoy you at all?
George
Because
Costanza?
I love George, but sometimes
George Costanza?
Yes, but sometimes he upsets me.
Switching gears back to George Costanza. George, I understand George. I get his neuroticism. I understand him. But sometimes, here's the thing. Because he's based on
Larry David.
Larry David. When I watch Curb, there are times that I cringe at Curb because I know it's so real. Whereas George Costanza is like very exaggerated for sitcom, but Curb is, oh God, it's cringy. It's cringy real. I mean, he is really thinking these things.
So I can't. I've only seen a few episodes of Curb.
Yeah,
And I've seen clips.
Curb. It makes me feel comfortable. I'm comfortable in that anxiety and chaos. That's where I live. I love that show.
I don't know where I fall because I started watching with my girlfriend and she couldn't watch it.
It's too much.
Because it reminded me.
She probably gets anxious watching it.
Well, she said Larry David reminded her way too much of me, and I was like, I don't feel like I'm neurotic or I'm that person, but she's like, I can't. It's like I'm watching you, and then we watched like 1 or 2 episodes. It's like I can't watch this.
Yeah,
it's too much like Larry, but I don't feel like I'm Larry. But I don't know. You have friends, right?
I have a lot.
Do your friends tell you how you are?
How I am?
And then the stuff that you don't know, because the thing, like my sister
Some
called
of them will call me out on stuff. They'll be like, you realize you're like obsessed with yada, yada, yada. And I'm like,
yada.
Yeah.
Seinfeld reference. Yada, yada, it's sex.
Yeah.
Yada, yada. I'm tired this morning.
I mentioned the bisque.
Okay. That's the best part of the sesk. When people know the quote, Elaine, she's like.
Elaine is saying, I yada, yada, sex. And they say, you've yada, yada, sex. And she says, yeah. I went out with the guy. We had a nice dinner. I ordered the lobster bisque. Yada yada yada. He never called me. And he's like, "But you yada yada over the best part." She's like, "No, I mentioned the bisque."
I love lobster bisque. Do you eat kosher?
No.
No.
And I eat a lot of lobster bisque on
Do you pork?
the summer. I do.
A lot?
I mean, I don't eat a lot of it because like I just
Is your husband Jewish?
no. Yes, yeah, of course. Yes.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna say, does he eat pork? And I was gonna be like, I mean, he was gonna say the same as me. Yes, my husband is Jewish. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're both Jewish and raising our kid Jewish, but I thought you were gonna say about the bacon. Like we didn't grow up. Like I didn't grow up eating it, so like we just don't. I don't think to buy it.
Yeah.
But like my kid loves bacon, so like I.
Try it.
Yeah, like but I never remember to make it. Like it just never like enters my head. Like I would never buy a pork chop because I didn't grow up eating pork chops. But like pork chops are good. I should buy more pork. You know what I mean? Like it's just strange.
What did you guys grow up eating?
I mean, we had a lot of like
Basketball soups, chicken.
We did a lot of like stir fry. My mom would do a lot of like breakfast for dinner, like French toast for dinner, eggs for dinner. Like we did a lot of like.
Have you been to Israel?
I have not.
You're supposed to go though, right?
I am supposed
That's
to
the
go,
rule.
but
You gotta go.
I just have. I didn't follow the rule. I'm not a rule follower. Not a rule follower.
But what is it? You're
Very big regret that I didn't go though.
Is it? I forget. Is it paid for or something?
It is. It's called Birthright, and it's you're allowed to go to. A lot of people go. I did not go. It is a regret of mine that I did not go. I should have gone. My kid will go. It's a regret of my husband's that he didn't go either.
Justin, did you? So I grew up listening. This I'm going to tell you. You know about this album. This album changed my life. I don't know if you remember this album. The first two albums by Adam Sandler. They're all going to laugh at you.
I mean, they changed my life.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about Adam Sandler? I mean,
Yeah,
do you want to do this?
Yeah. So that
You know my husband's last name is Sandler.
Is
you know
it?
That? Yeah.
You changed it legally?
I didn't. I didn't change my name.
But is that one of the reasons you were attracted to him when you met him?
No, but I
Oh.
was like, wow, that's awesome.
So your son's last name is Sandler?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So mine it wasn't a Jewish thing for me. It was okay. So that first album, I think it was more the grotesque comedy. Remember
The beating of the severe beating of the librarians and
Yeah,
stuff, or more like the song, the medium pace song.
I just listened to it the other day.
I mean, when I tell
love
you that I would
song.
sit in my room with the tape, I had the tape.
Oh, I had the
and
CD.
I would put I had the CD later too, but
Okay.
like I had the tape, and I would like, I mean, like laugh, like just. But I knew.
The Buffoon.
I knew that it was so wrong what I was listening to, but I also knew.
How'd you get the CD? Your parents?
I think I bought it. I mean,
Okay.
I'm sure I bought it. I'm sure I had babysitting money, and I'm sure I went to Tower Records and bought it. But like,
Or Sam Goody?
No, I didn't go to Sam Goody. I went to Strawberries and Tower Records. Those were my two. Went to Strawberries a lot. Did you guys have Strawberries here?
No.
We had,
Sam
Tower
Goody,
here?
No. Sam
Didn't
Goody.
have Tower Records here?
No. Did we? No. Where'd you grow up, Justin? You're Chicago? Yes.
Columbia, Missouri.
And
Columbia.
did you
That's
have?
Midwest.
Oh, did you guys have coconuts?
No. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm not speaking for you. Sorry.
Coconuts was another one, but mostly Tower. I mostly went to Tower, and I would buy like the CD. And for me, I mean, obviously the Hanukkah song was groundbreaking in my life, but like just the humor. I mean, I still listen to
Rob
that
Crew.
and
I know because of
cry.
Rob Crew
Cry
is-
laughing, cry like Fatty McGee, cry laughing.
So the Buffoon, there's this one line where the Buffoon is meeting the high school
Yeah,
Victorian.
totally.
And it's straight man versus like crazy Buffoon
Totally.
is what they're playing. And then the Buffoon is talking to him. And this line always gets me because the Buffoon, he's like, one time I ate my neighbor's shit.
Oh yeah.
And the guy pauses. He's like, it's understandable.
Yeah,
and they
that's
just
great.
move on. And I
Yeah.
was like, it blew my mind. Today, I listened the other day. I was just listening.
Yeah, we would listen to it. My brother and I would listen to it. We just thought it was just like, we were like, what are we we would, my brother and I would watch a lot of stand up, like I would sneak down and watch like,
This is in Boston.
well, I would watch a lot of like Rosie O'Donnell, Stand Up Spotlight. I would watch a lot of like Dennis Leary, a lot of like HBO specials, a lot of Raw, Delirious.
HBO.
Yeah,
I grew
watched
up with Chris Rock and
I watched.
George Carlin.
I watched. Paula Poundstone when she
Paula.
was huge. I watched.
Didn't she something weird happened with
Yeah,
kids?
I don't know like what happened, but she was huge for a bit, and like I would watch her because like I would You know who I loved was Rita Rutner.
She had the dresses. Yeah.
The dresses. I would cry. My mother and I would cry laughing at her. Like I thought they were amazing, and I was like, this is it. If you're a stand-up comedian, you are the coolest. That's what I thought. I
Comedy
still believe
Central,
that.
then, right?
What?
Premium Blend, Comedy Central. Did you watch? Because that's
Yeah,
how
but
I-
that's more in like my 20s when I was in like college. Like we didn't get Comedy Central. Like if somebody had cable and had Comedy Central,
We had
that
a
was
black
pretty
box.
cool. Yeah, we did not. No, I did
Your
not.
parents were rule followers.
No, my parents had it, but I was in the dorms, and we did not have. I lived in the dorms, and so
You
we
can't,
did not
you
have
can't.
cable. So like for a couple of years there, it was just like going to other people's houses and like finding like where we could go, other people's apartments where we could find like stuff to watch.
When did you start comedy? Was it over here in Boston?
Yeah, it was here. Yeah, no, it was not in Boston. I started here when I turned 30, maybe 31.
Why?
30.
You were doing,
30.
Did you go to improv first and second city type
No,
of thing?
no.
or how did it
Well, I
start?
mean, I always did theater and choir and singing and always my
You're a good
whole
singer?
life. I can
Oh.
sing and I can, and so like I always did that. I went to like a theater arts camp. I, went, whatever, like real musical theater nerd. But
So you know theory and stuff. And,
I mean, I don't know theory.
okay.
No, but I can. No,
I'm trying.
no, I do not. You
I have-
are,
I have a guitar.
and you're learning.
Yeah. Do you know theory? Theory? Because you're a musician too, Justin.
Yeah, I know some.
I mean, he's got some
Okay.
axes over there. I saw him.
Yeah. He has a Firebird. You still have that Firebird?
Mm-hmm.
He's the Firebird. The bass is there's some.
My husband has
special about the
my
pick
husband
guard.
has a few guitars too.
It's a Jaguar
Okay, it's a Jaguar.
knockoff. Yeah.
Your husband. No, you. Music. Oh.
My music. Anyway, so
Yeah. Starting comedy.
anyway, I started
Yeah.
here. So my cousin,
Vinny.
my cousin Vinny, one of my favorite movies ever.
Marissa Tomei,
I know,
Seinfeld.
love her.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
George loves her.
Oh yeah, George loves her.
He's like, I'm not engaged anymore.
My cousin was like really into photography. He's still really into photography, and he was like, I need to do something with photography, and I was like, yeah, and I want to do something with stand up. We were just like talking one day, and he was like, you should do stand up, and I'll do photography, and I was like, okay. And
That cousin, he ripped you off, right? Didn't he? For
My-
something?
no.
That cousin, the photographer?
No, I
Okay.
don't have a cousin who ripped
right.
me off.
All right. All right. I'm mixing things up in my head.
Yeah,
Sorry,
not
go
me.
ahead. All right.
No, we're all good. So anyway, he's been like a really good support of me. But anyway, so he was like, yeah, you should do it. And I was like, okay, I found this place that had an open mic called the Edge Comedy Club.
Where was that? Because
It was
right
on
a little
Ogden
before
and
me.
like Milwaukee.
Okay.
And it was like this, church that on Sundays was a church, but like otherwise it was just like this big, just open space. And James Webb worked there.
What
And
was he
that's-
doing?
He took the tickets. He worked backstage. He did all sorts of stuff there. He was.
Is it before stand up?
Oh, way before. I mean, this is like I mean, I've known him forever. And I would go there and I would like hang out and I would like
Was
do
he
the
with
open
Linda?
mic. No, this is like before
Single?
Linda. This is like,
Oh.
yeah. Well, I mean, he might have been dating somebody else and then was single and then met Linda. I mean, I remember when he met Linda. So I remember that. So yeah, and like I would just like hang out with him, hang out with Keith Pacel and hang out with Ken
Keith, he's
Whitskill.
part of
Yeah,
Hispanic,
and
yeah.
hang out with like Ken Whitskill, hang out with Mikey and hang out Mikey Manker and like hang out with like I'm just trying to think of who was in the scene at that time, like who the Sean White, and I'm just trying to think of people.
Did Mikey get hurt by a lot of women? He's like.
I don't know. I'm just thinking of people who.
Yeah.
are around.
I haven't seen him in a while, but he's kind of doesn't. He's.
I don't
all-
think he lives in Chicago anymore.
No, he's like he travels a lot, and he's
Oh,
like
yeah.
from his things. It's like very not Andrew Tate, but it's like
I
be
don't
single
know.
forever
I
and
don't
travel
know.
alone. Yeah.
I don't know. Like I know that that was like that whole crew. There was like a whole crew that was the original stand up crew. It was like Lara Bites. It was Kristen
Oh,
Toomey.
she's been on Rogan.
It was no, she's been on Marin. Maybe she's been on Rogan.
No, she was
too.
on Rogan too.
Yeah, it was like I'm trying to think. Kristen Toomey, Rena Calm. It was all these. Emily Galati was around.
Emily was on Conan. I remember she
Yeah,
she got
she's
upset.
great.
She wasn't getting booked, so she
I
posted
thought she was
about
great.
it. Yeah,
I thought she was great. Yeah, so like I kind of came. Seth Davis.
Jewish.
Yeah, he's from Skokie.
Yeah.
So that was like kind of like my crew, and then that place closed, and everybody was really bummed that place closed.
Was
And
that the Mob Run place or no? That was a
at
Mob
the
Run.
edge? The Edge closed.
So what? Okay.
And so they closed because the church like bought the building, and so they weren't gonna lease it out to people anymore. And so I happened to be working for the guy who owned the Logan Theater. And so I was like, well, hey, you've got this back room. What if I told you that I could get, 40 people in here drinking on a Monday? Your alcohol, if you let me run this open mic. And I'm still running the open mic.
Yeah, and you guys always had like 40 deep since. Right?
Always. We have, I was just saying this today. There are nights that there's only 15 people signed up. And I'll be like, oh, I'm going to get home early. This is going to be good. I'm going to get home by 10. I'm going to get home by 10. This is going to be great. No, I'll be home by midnight.
Because I was down the street for you a little bit because I was one of the rotating hosts for Navigator or whatever it was called. But we were like, all right, between Logan
and Lincoln Lincoln Lodge,
yeah,
and they bounce back and forth, and people come in late, and also because it's me, and this is to my own detriment too. I know that about myself, but it's me. So I'm a very safe open mic where people feel very comfortable. I love that people feel comfortable. That's not to my detriment, but I'll let anybody sign up. I never say no. They're like, get space on the mic, Leah. I'm like, fine, and I want to go home. I'm exhausted. There's nobody left in here. But of course, you can always get up at my mic.
So
always.
What's your schedule now with the how's your?
He's 6.5.
He's 6.5. What is? Oh, so he's been talking. He's been.
Oh God,
he's in school.
Please, he talks back.
Do you see in his your personality? Who's he like, or how's he like?
When he was born, he looked so much like Michael. He's got fiery red hair.
Your husband's a redhead?
No, but both.
I was like, there's Jewish redheads?
No, but both of our paternal grandmothers were redheads. Yeah, there are Jewish redheads. There's Jewish everything.
Rob Crew.
Yeah.
Goldberg.
Seth Rogen
Is Israelis.
Is a ginger Jew.
Have you met Israelis, right?
I know some. Yeah.
They're not
They're not nice people.
No.
They're very mean. They're harsh. They don't know that they're being harsh.
I was catty.
You have to just ignore it. They're being themselves. They're not trying to be mean.
They grew up in a place where everybody around them is trying to attack them.
It's just a very harsh language too. So even just the way it's just
Hebrew?
it's just harsh. It's just you have to give it some grace. But whatever. Yeah. But
so when you were in Boston, you didn't get to you never went to any of the old clubs before the old scene. Remember, the old
Lansdowne?
No, the old
Mamakin?
You know what? This might have been. I've only seen this in documentaries or whatever, but it was the old. Was it the Nick's Comedy
Stop?
The Chinese place?
Well, there was the Comedy Connection in Faneuil Hall, and that's where I saw I would see Jim Brewer there, and I would see I saw Rosie O'Donnell there once, and that was a great place, and that's not there anymore. Now there's Nick's Comedy Stop. I need to talk to Joe Medoff more and hook up with some people when I go back to Boston. As I don't go back enough, but now I am starting to go back more. Now that my kid is older and it's easier to travel, and it's just easier. He's so easy to travel with.
Because now there's time. Now you have time to yourself, right? At 6 years old. Because right now it's
not time to yourself. I mean,
I don't.
No, there's no time to yourself. And I have a full-time job, and I do things like this, and I run the Logan Lounge, and I help produce Backroom Comedy with Colleen and Lauren Huberman and Courtney, and I. I'm doing comedy. I'm part of the Bad Moms of Comedy. Shout out to the Bad Moms of Comedy. So I'm freaking busy. I am busy, and I work out. I'm busy. I'm freaking busy.
Oh, you work out every day.
Pretty much.
What time do you get up?
I go to the.
How many hours do you sleep?
I don't know. I don't sleep well, man. I don't sleep well.
Are you overthinking? My girlfriend doesn't sleep well because there's nights where she's thinking.
I'm fucking old. I was saying this to my husband the other day because. So I wake. So I go. I'm an Orange Theory cult member. I go to.
Oh,
Orange
that's
Theory.
the member. Yeah, the club membership thing.
I go to Orange Theory, and they have a 5 a.m. class.
Okay.
So I go to the 5 a.m. class, and I know that sounds ridiculous.
Jessica's going to a 4:45 boot camp tomorrow or something.
Sometimes moms just need to wake up early in the morning and have some time to themselves to work out. The best time of my day, and I'm obsessed with my kid. I love him. The best part of my day is at 6:04 a.m. when I slowly creep back into the house, strip myself of my workout clothes, and crawl back into bed and fall asleep for 45 minutes and nobody talks to me. And I've already worked out. That is the best part of my day. That's the best part of my, or I slip into the shower. Best part of my day.
I do 7-second naps. So sometimes
7-second naps are good.
I'm laying with a baby, and he's I'm on the couch with him, and there's like, oh, I could tell I have 7 seconds where he's not going to try to jump off the couch or go this way. So I kind of just close my eyes and give myself the look.
But how old are you?
38.
So you're 38. Okay. So I've noticed basically in the last couple of years that I just don't sleep well. Like I scrunched up so much that I have literally pinched a nerve in my shoulder that like now scrunch like I even doing it right now that hurts. Like I'm
Why are you scrunching?
I think I'm gonna need surgery. But like I'm afraid I'm gonna need surgery because like my shoulders.
You don't do
weak
yoga?
from it. I do. I should do more.
Okay.
But I should do more. I went real hard with like weightlifting and like running. But like my shoulder from scrunching up is so messed
Why are you
up.
scrunching?
I think I'm stressed in my sleep and I'm getting into a little tiny ball.
Protect
you know what I
yourself.
mean? Yeah. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? I'm sleeping. But then I'll wake up, like an hour will go by and I'm like, oh, it hurts so
hurts?
much. I'm sleeping. I'm such an old lady. I'm sleeping with like pillows around my neck and like trying to push my shoulders. Even when I'm talking to you now, do you see me doing
Do you sleep
this?
on a
What
bed?
the fuck is my problem?
You on a bed?
Do I sleep in a bed?
I don't
Yes.
sleep on a bed. Our bed is full of clothes.
Oh no, you have to sleep in a bed, my friend.
We haven't
No.
slept in bed since we had the baby.
No, I know.
We're on
No,
the-
you have to sleep in.
We're on the section.
But
We've
my
been on the
kid
sectional.
comes in and like then he's like staring at me at like 3 o'clock in the morning to wake up because he's got to pee, and he wants like permission to go pee. I'm like, go pee, buddy, go pee. Okay, yeah, I'll. And then I get up, put him back into his bed, get back into my bed, and then my alarm goes off at 4:30. So I think I sleep for like
5
maybe
minutes.
5 hours a night.
5. Okay.
5.
5 is kind of where I can get through the day somewhat.
5 to 6. I drink a lot of coffee.
Under 5, I can't.
A lot of coffee, a lot of water.
Oh shit! I'm sorry, I missed my drink. No, but I can look. I've been. Do you dream? Are you a dreamer?
I don't know.
Oh,
I think so. I don't know. I used to dream.
Do you
Now
take
I don't remember.
vitamins?
I do.
okay.
I do. In the winter, I take a lot of vitamin D.
Yeah, I take vitamins every day. I have my little drops. I got a Whole Foods. Vitamin D every day. I do fish oil. I think that's it. But I don't know
love
what
the
it
fish
is.
oil.
I have these crazy vivid
I take
dreams.
collagen, like for your skin,
Isn't that for your joints?
joints, skin, nails, hair. Like it's just like women lose a lot of collagen, and like as they age, like we lose a lot of collagen. That's why I like women's like skin.
Did you
size.
nurse?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
13 months.
That's tough.
I did. It was tough. It was.
'Cause
Yeah.
it
the whole
takes-
fucking thing is tough. Being a parent is really tough.
Did you get into an argument when your husband, it was Michael?
Yeah, Michael.
Michael come better.
Michael will love
I
that.
got into his argument where it wasn't an argument, but I just didn't realize how much work it was to be with the baby. So
It's so much work.
Yeah, so I got home. I know now, but I got home and I didn't go straight to the baby. I just like sat down, maybe grabbed my guitar, did something. Didn't realize how like I've been with the baby all day. And I'm in my head, it's like, oh, I'm at work. I was the one working, but now when I'm with the baby, it's not. I bet work and go to the bathroom, for a
Yeah.
little bit, play a sniper
Yeah.
game, go back to my desk.
Nobody knows. Nobody
There's no
You
breaks.
don't know until you're in it that there are no breaks.
Well-
And everybody's different and nobody's suffering more than the other. You could have 3 kids, you could have 1 kid. It doesn't matter. Like it is freaking hard.
Yeah. So do you want to have another one?
I really did. I'm old, there's no goalie, blocking the way. So it's always been a possibility that could happen, but it hasn't really happened.
We don't use a girl either. I use a Femometer, right? So actually, let me just
It's the
see.
app. Is it the Flow app?
It's yeah.
Is it the Feather?
Yeah, I track Jessica's cycle. I brought this up many times. Okay.
This is mine.
Oh, flow. Oh, look, it's so simple. Let's see. Look at the circles. Look, put them in the
So
camera.
right now, I have a very low chance of getting pregnant.
Yeah, period in 7 days.
'Cause I'm going to get my period.
Low conception, but period ovulation is in 10 days. 'cause
Now
she just
everybody
got off her
knows.
period.
But in 7 weeks, when this podcast comes out, I'll probably.
Yeah, this is my birth
is-
control. This is what I use.
Oh, this is what you use?
Yeah. So
Okay.
when I'm in the red zone. Is it the red zone?
I don't know.
When I'm in the red zone, not. Okay,
That's when you guys
too close to the
bang. That's when you
period.
guys bang.
No, we bang, but when I'm in the low ovulation, no, in the low conception.
Then you don't worry.
That's
about
where
anything.
like I just
You just do it.
do
Good
it.
for you. Good for you.
don't-
Mazel
I don't-
tov.
Yeah, I Mazel tov inside her during that period, right? Not period. I'm using the wrong language. But then the other ones, that's when it's like it gets sketchy because sometimes we're both. I'm like, and it's like almost, and I do, but then I, but then I. Okay, give me right here. Then I. Hold on. enough. But that's when, 'cause she just got off her period.
Oh, well.
And
I mean, I think obviously my kid was a surprise. Like, we did not plan. We were not married, and so.
You missed your period, right? The regular? Or is that how you found out initially?
Pretty much. I was just like, I don't remember the last time I got my period. Like,
because you weren't tracking it on Flow.
Yeah, I wasn't really tracking it on Flow, and they didn't have that, 7 years ago. And
you guys went to see a movie. What movie was it?
how do you know this?
I just do.
How do you know that?
I just listen to your podcast.
Oh, is it from the podcast?
Yeah, that's
okay.
it. People get so confused. They get thrown off. They think I have like some superpowers. I just listen to them.
Michael is a avid reader. I mean, he will read like 8 books.
The Martian.
And it was The
with
Martian.
Matt Damon. That's not a good movie, I don't think.
Well, it was pretty good. But he was like obsessed. He was like, we got to go see The Martian when it opens. I just read the book.
Is that the one where he gets trapped?
In Mars.
In Mars, and he has to survive in plants.
Yes.
Okay, wasn't a fan.
And so Michael had
yeah.
like read the book, and he was like, we have to see this movie. We have to see this movie. I read the book. And I was like, well, and I knew I was pregnant. I knew that day I was pregnant, and I was waiting for, I knew I was going to see this movie.
Oh, you already did the 5
I had already
test?
taken the test. So I was like, shoot. So I thought, well, the fact that I'm not smoking pot before the movie might give it away. Didn't. So he didn't even like realize.
Men
it.
don't. I
So yeah.
don't know
So
what's
like we
going
went to
on.
the movie. We came back from the movie. Came back to my place from the movie, and he was just like, "You are really quiet." And I was like, "I am really pregnant." That's what I said. That is what I said. And then I like pulled open the drawer and like dumped all the. Like, I was like, "I took like 7 tests. I don't know what the fuck to do."
And he didn't have a good reaction.
He had a weird reaction.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just, we were both. I mean, it was really shocking.
Okay.
I mean, you got to give us a little,
dating 5 months.
And then we, I give us a lot
Mine
of
was
credit.
planned.
Like,
Mine was-
I mean,
yeah.
like
This was
most people
different.
plan their pregnancies. Like, it's looking back on it, I'm so
Not Mexicans, not
proud of like
Mexicans.
how we handled it. Like we worked really hard at our relationship, and it is by no means perfect.
No,
By
relationships
no
are
means.
work.
Yes, and especially when you don't really know each other and you're getting to know each other and being parents at the first time. Michael really never held a baby until he held his
I don't think
own.
I held a baby or
Yeah, it's very
cleaned
awkward.
a diaper.
Yeah, certainly never cleaned a diaper. He might have held a few babies, but like not to the extent that he was about to hold a baby. You know what I mean? Like he certainly never changed a diaper, fed with a bottle, been up all hours of the night.
Epidural?
I did have an epidural. I did. I was in labor.
Planned
for a little.
epidural?
Well, they induced me.
Oh, we got induced.
And I tried really, really hard. I held out for like 16 hours. And then I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I got the epidural. And then it was like another 16 hours. So
My girlfriend is traumatized from the cervix check because they did a cervix check that was so painful where it's like she never went to her
I mean, I'm
checkup.
traumatized from many things that happened in there. And like, I do wonder sometimes if that's why I didn't quickly have another baby afterwards, because it was really traumatic. My in-laws, who were not my in-laws at the time, would not leave the room. Oh. My father-in-law, who was not my father-in-law at the time, was sitting in the room asking me directions so that next time he comes to the hospital, he'll have a better idea of which exit to get off. While I was literally sitting in a pool of my own fluids. So it's a very traumatizing time.
No, it was just, it was me and her. And then the doctor didn't really even deliver the baby. Like, Jessica delivered her own baby, sort of. And the nurse came, and the doctor came at the end and was like, oh, it's due.
Did you guys know it was going to be a boy or a girl?
Oh, yeah, you did know.
I did
This is
know.
why. Okay, I was going to ask you on that because what's wrong with knowing? Not what's wrong with
Not
it,
what's
but
wrong with
clothes,
knowing, but it
clothes.
was-
Doesn't it make it easier for clothes?
I just feel like there are so few surprises in life. I wanted this to be a really big surprise. And as horrible as this is, it was like the only thing that I could control. I was like, no one will know. I am controlling this. I can't control anything else that's going on right now, and I am going to control this. No one will know. I don't want anybody buying me anything pink with frills that I hate. I don't want anybody buying me a bunch of this. Like, I was like, no, I'm going to, and I kind of knew it was a boy, though. I kind of knew. But when I was pushing,
Why?
I just kind of knew, and then I had a dream.
You wanted, did you want a preference?
Vivid dream. Preference? No, I didn't have a preference.
Okay, I did.
I loved my boy name. I love my girl name.
All right,
So
I wanted a girl, but
You wanted a girl.
yeah,
Yeah.
but whatever.
Did you have a name?
I was just
Did you have a
scared.
name picked out?
Yeah, if it was a girl, it was going to
girl.
be Ellie, with 3 letters, and the boy was Giovanni because we talked about it. What is Giovanni?
It is Giovanni.
But
yeah.
we talked about it, and then we said, and then she's like, "Well, I always want a boy. I wanted 3 letters," and I was like, "I don't care." There was
My
a
name's
point.
3 letters. That's cool.
I was like, he's I like in my head when she mentioned it. What about Giovanni? I was like, that's not bad. Like he was Giovanni, and I knew he was Giovanni.
Yeah.
And I was like, you can name whatever you want. I'm not gonna call him something else. His name could be whatever on birthday. I'm gonna call him. So you might as well go along with it. It's like, I wasn't
Totally.
budging.
I think naming a
I
kid
just
is
felt
the
it.
hardest thing ever.
Yeah.
Naming a kid is so hard.
Well, books or is he?
Did I use books? We didn't. We just kind of, went with some letters that we liked. I mean, we didn't know if it was a boy or girl. When I was pushing, the nurse kept on saying like, add a girl, and Michael kept on thinking that they were saying it's a girl. So he was like, it's a girl. And then I was like, is it a girl? And they're like, no, the baby's not out yet. Like,
Yeah. What happened in the dream?
that it was a boy. And it was a baby. He did not have red hair. He did have blonde hair in the dream, but I remember it vividly, even to this day. And I looked at him, and the baby looked at me, and the baby said, "I know you," and it was weird. And I was like, "I'm having a boy. I think I'm having a boy."
Having a boy.
Yeah, I just kind of thought so.
Bless
My
him.
dad did too. My dad brought "It's a Boy" cigars to the hospital. He just knew.
I brought a little bit of alcohol to have a shot.
Did you?
Yeah, I was like,
Did
hey,
you?
you're gonna have, I don't even know if I took it or
I
not.
wanted like a corned beef and pastrami sandwich. I was like, somebody go to Kaufman's and get me a fucking corned beef.
Where's
and
Kaufman's?
It's on Dempster.
Have you been to Libertyville?
No.
Burt's Deli?
Oh, I've heard of
Jewish.
that.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
heard of
The
it.
yummy
I've heard of it. Yeah,
pastrami, corned beef on rye.
Well,
horseradish.
at Max and Benny's, there's like a really good one, like a pastrami and a corned beef, but it's on a potato latke, and it's to die for.
Really?
To die for.
I grew up like JUFD. All right, Jews. But okay, we're running out of time. Any last
Oh, we're running
words?
out of time? This is so much fun.
Yeah,
I'm so,
we're almost at an hour.
shoot, really? Okay.
Jews, Seinfeld. I love Seinfeld. Okay, anyways.
I love
another
Seinfeld.
time.
I mean, I'm so glad that we talked. My friend Chantel, she might listen to this. Chantel, if you're listening to this, I love you. She'll send me Seinfeld memes, and we just crack up. Like, Festivus.
Are you in the groups on
I'm in
Facebook?
some of the
There's
groups.
a
I know
Seinfeld
she's in
meme
the
groups.
groups. Like she and I will just go back and like just only communicate via Seinfeld memes, and I'm just like, yes.
Okay, so
you get me.
there's one meme I'm going to describe. I don't know. Seinfeld people will get it. I don't know. You've seen Fight Club, the movie,
Yeah.
right? I just thought it was funny. Maybe it's stupid. It's the Fight Club soap logo,
Yeah.
and he changes it to Spike Club.
Because
And
it's spite out of spite.
The return out of spite, because he was
Spite?
trying to return the
Spite?
thing out of spite. But okay, all right. Last words, and we'll go plug social media, blah blah blah. Any not last words, you're not gonna die, but any last
I'm not
things you
gonna
want to
die.
say or anything like that. Hey.
Last words. This has been really fun.
Yes,
I
thank
love
you.
doing podcasts, so like I'm thrilled that we did this. I really glad that we touched on Seinfeld because I was really hoping that would.
I love Seinfeld.
It wasn't as hard to get here as I thought it was. This is a very good setup.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. The beginning of the year. It's 2023.
2023.
Let's do this.
To more Seinfeld.
feeling really good about it.
And I don't do New Year's resolutions either.
I do like intentions.
I
Like,
just
I want to have a good year.
yeah. But it's like, oh, this year I'm gonna.
I stopped beating myself up about shit too. Like that was like one of my resolutions for a couple of years ago was like, stop doing resolutions. Like just stop,
Stop
like
disappointing yourself.
Yeah, stop disappointing yourself. Like set small.
Stop being your
attainable-
own Jewish mom.
Yes, which is very hard.
And then, do you have any plugs? Social
Do
media?
I have any
or-
plugs?
Oh, you
Yes.
had there's some shows.
Yeah,
you
I have a
run.
lot coming up, actually. I have a ton of things coming up. But by the time this airs, it will be done. But I will plug, if you're in the
Yeah,
Chicago.
plug it and I'll share it.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're in the Chicago area, if you're in Chicago at all, the third Friday of every month is Backroom Comedy at a live one on Halstead.
Hey, a live one.
Yeah, it's produced by me and Colleen Brennan and Lauren
I know her.
Huberman
I know her.
and Courtney Buckwalter, and it's freaking awesome. And it's a great show. I think it's Chicago's best kept secret, frankly. I really do. Like, it's always a fire show. So it's free. Then I'm part of an amazing group called the Bad Moms of Comedy.
Who's in
Moms
that?
with a Z. It's everybody. It's anybody who's a mom in comedy. And it's spearheaded by Orly Tillsman, who's just like the new love of my life. And I'm doing a bunch of shows with them coming up with Colleen, with Courtney, with Lindsay Porter, with
Lindsay.
Do you know Lindsay
Todd told
Porter?
me about Lindsay.
You know,
so
you
I
should have her on here.
podcast.
You should
I
really
wrote
have
her name
Lindsay
down
on here.
After Todd told
And
me, yeah.
she would be fantastic to have on here. She has great stories.
Yeah, Lindsay. Todd told me. Talk
so
Lover,
there- yeah.
episode 2 and 1, and that's it.
Yeah,
He didn't
and
wanna do it
then
again.
I just have a bunch of shows coming up. I know that the Bad Moms, by the time this does come out, the Bad Moms will have started talking about the Mother's Day shows that are happening at Zany's. So there's going to be Mother's Day shows
in May.
happening. Yeah, and Zany's, I think it's May 14th is Mother's Day. So put that on your calendar. You can find all that stuff on my social media at Lia Berman 3. So my
Yeah, it is
name-
3.
No, I'm born on the 3rd.
Oh, 3rd of
November.
November
Big
3rd.
Scorpio. Big Scorpio.
11. Your Scorpios are bad in the Mexican community.
Are
Or
they?
the girls on Snapchat or
Cookie.
Instagram that I would
We're crazy.
follow. I
We're
don't-
crazy.
Yeah, that's what
We're
it says. It's crazy.
I'm
a Torres.
You can also follow me on Twitter at Lia Michelle, LIAMICHELLE.
Lee Michelle.
Yeah, that's my middle name.
Oh,
I had it before that bitch.
okay.
And I did because I'm older than her. Me first. And yeah, and I guess in Facebook. Facebook's easy to find me too.
Lia Berman.
Yeah, Lia Berman.
So follow the Lobo Den Podcast.
Oh,
on-
and TikTok, Lia
And
Berman.
TikTok. So follow the Lobo Den Podcast.
Do
on-
TikTok. Follow me on TikTok.
Follow her on
Lia Berman.
TikTok.
Lia Berman.
Follow her on TikTok. I have a TikTok and I use it, but now I just criticize and attack it. But you can go to my TikTok. I release a video here and there, but I also have YouTube. I have Instagram, Twitter.
I need to get better on my YouTube. Maybe
The shorts. I've been using the
intention-
shorts.
My intention should be more TikToks and YouTubes.
Yeah, TikToks and YouTubes. I've been releasing shorts and
Yeah.
those.
No, I mean I see you on social media. You're on fire. You're great.
Yeah, and I just do it for the podcast. I
You do a
hate
good
social
job. You
media.
do a really good
Man,
job.
I try.
It's no one knows how
It's
exhausting
hard,
it is.
'cause
No
it's
one
like-
knows how exhausting it is. So exhausting. You're always on.
And think
you're
about it.
always promoting yourself. You're always, and then you fuck up. Then you have to do it all over again. And people get paid like $50,000 a year to do this job. Like interns get like $50,000 a year to do this job, and like I'm doing it for free.
Yeah, I need to. Somebody
Yeah.
told me I should find like a social media
I need to
person
find.
to work with.
I know you do. You need to find like a kid at one of these colleges who will do it for like nothing.
Nickels on the dime.
Seriously.
I think that's the term it goes.
I think so.
So if we have follow the Lobo Den Podcast,
Yeah.
go to the Patreon support, $3 a month. I don't release any content on it a lot of times, and I
No,
should,
you should.
because then it's like it's free. I have to struggle where it's like it's free. I don't want to charge, but then my studio is taking over right now with lash supplies from Jessica, and then I need to get it together. I do. I have it. I have Patrons, but
Okay.
sometimes I release stuff early. But
I mean, we all don't know what we're doing.
It's so-
we're all just getting by. We're like, please, just listen.
yeah, and then follow. Okay, Lobo Den.